Hey everyone and welcome back. So doing a pickups video today. Got a couple things in. A couple of them actually came in early, so I figured I'd just go ahead and do a video on the stuff that just came in, including one of the things from Fright Rags, which I pre-ordered a while ago. I know they ran into some production delays, but it finally came in, and normally that's the kind of thing I would do first, but for this video I'm actually going to do it last just because it is kind of unique. So I'm actually going to do the movies first. Now, let's see, which order should I do these in? So I have two things from Arrow, and let's do the Blu-rays first. So first up is, is this a French release? I think it's French. It looks like French. French release of the George Romero film, The Amusement Park. And there's the front of the case, and there is the back. And pull it out, and it does have, so here's the disc, and this sort of fold out here. And it does come with this book on Romero, which is cool. It's got a lot of good info in it. I'm thinking, but it's all in French. So I can't read it, but it does have some nice pictures at least. So for those of you who don't know, so this is not like a film. It's actually a PSA that George Romero had done, obviously very long time ago. I think it runs about 50 minutes or so, and it's, I think, about like ageism and things like that. And I wanted to see this for a long time. I think you can actually watch it on Shudder if you have Shudder, which I don't at the moment. I should actually sign up for that. But it has been obviously released on disc in France, obviously, from this release. And I believe we're supposed to be getting a US release at some point. Now, the unfortunate thing about this is that it is region B locked, which I found out the hard way when I put it into my player, and it's like, oh, I can't play it. I know, I should have a region-free player. There are ways, I can watch it. It's just, still, I was like, I didn't realize it was region locked. That was my fault. But even then, just even for the collector thing to go on my George Romero shelf, it is still nice to have a copy of this. And hopefully the US release gets announced soon. Next up is the new release from Cauldron Films. I think that's the Diabolic DVD label. And that is the Lucio Fulci film, Contraband, which you can see the cover of the outer slip right there. And there is the back. Yes, that isn't real. It's fake. And just real quick, here's obviously the Blu-ray. Here's the back right there with a couple of nice special features. And it actually does come with some lobby card recreations. I don't know, can I show these? I should probably go through them first. Yeah, I could show some of them. Here's one that I could definitely show, which you can see right there. Some of the other ones, I probably could show, but I'm not going to take the chance. And then there is this, which gives a rundown, because it does come with the soundtrack, which I'll show you in 1 second. And a little thing on the back here talks about the transfer. Well, we believe this transfer is overall very pleasing for nearly the entirety of the film. There are a few brief moments where the original negative damage is apparent. We hope this doesn't distract from your experience. Please enjoy this restoration from the original negative that was once thought unsalvageable. Unsalvageable. I think I can pronounce that correctly. And real quick, here are the two discs. So here's the soundtrack, as well as the Blu-ray. It's a really good Fulci film. This is obviously not a horror film, but it does have some of his signature ultra-violence in it. Nice thing about Fulci is that he did all kinds of films, so it's very cool to actually have this on Blu-ray. I have somewhere I think this was on DVD, I think for Blue Underground from a long time ago. I think that's probably the last time I saw it, actually, was on that DVD, so it's been a long time. And next up, I have two new releases from Arrow. The first one, which I pre-ordered before I found out there's going to be another release, and that is the new 4K release of Candyman. And there's the front of the box, there's the side with the title, and there is the back right there. So this is one of Arrow's limited edition. Obviously it has, I think it actually literally just came out in 4K here in the States from Scream Factory. I've not gotten the Scream Factory release yet. I actually pre-ordered this originally. This is the one I think I ate crow on, where this got announced and I was like, I'm sure we'll get a 4K release in the States at some point. I have no idea. It's probably not going to be Scream Factory. And then like a couple days later, Scream Factory is like, hey, guess what? We're releasing a 4K. And I was like, oh, okay. Ended up eating those words. But still, this is obviously one of Arrow's deluxe editions. So it comes with a couple of very nice extras, including one of their posters, which on one side has their brand new artwork, and then obviously the other side has the one-sheet artwork, the original one-sheet, as well as one of their absolutely amazing booklets, which this one actually, oh, this is interesting. So this actually has a lot, hope you can see that okay, a lot of storyboards from the film. That is really, really cool. Oh, wow, that's neat. And then obviously the release itself, yes, I did flip the inside to the original poster artwork, which you can see there. And there's the back with just the info. Okay, and there's obviously the 4K disc right there. There's obviously, again, the UK one. That's why it has the 18 rating on it. So it comes with a couple extras. There's a little kind of fun, like, newspaper recreation right there. And there's the back. Oh, I see. So this is basically the booklet with, I think, some of the info on the film. So the booklet, so this thing is actually storyboards. This actually has some write-ups on the film, it looks like. Some lobby card recreations. As you can see, there's 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. Is that the last one? Yeah, that's the last one. Okay. Arrow always does such an amazing job on their limited edition sets. You know, I'll grab the Scream Factory one at some point as well. I believe it's actually the same transfer on both, but I think some of the extras are different and everything. Plus, I do want to support, you know, each company putting out a lot of these titles in 4K, even if it does become a little bit redundant, because, you know, I technically will have 2 copies of the same film. In some cases, I don't mind. Obviously, some of my favorite films, I'll do that. Not that I don't love Candyman, but, you know. And then finally, the other release from Arrow is the new 4K release of John McNaughton's Wild Things, and there's the front of the case, there's the side with the title, and there's the back of the case. Kind of simplistic, but it's okay. And then, again, we got some extras here. So first up, obviously the poster, which I'm sure, like all the other ones. And this is a US and UK release. Obviously, I did get the US release of this one. And here's their new artwork there, as well as the original one sheet on the other side. And again, one of their amazing booklets, all kinds of info on the inside, like mini books, I swear. And then the inside disc. So there's the front, which I did switch to the original one sheet. And there's the back with all the info. And once again, comes with some extras. We do have some nice pictures. So there's 1. Oop. And there's 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and we're back to that one. Okay. Looking forward to revisiting this one because it's been a few years, but as some of you know, I'm a big fan of John McDonald. I actually got to meet him several times when I lived in Chicago, which was always cool to get to see him. He and I are best buds now. Not really. It's funny. I knew someone who, like, every time he would meet a celebrity or somebody and they exchanged more than 2 words, all of a sudden he would start referring to them as, like, their friend. And I always thought that was kind of creepy. It's like, you don't, I mean, yeah, wouldn't go so far as say you're friends, but, you know, because technically under that, you know, John McDonald and I are, like, best friends in that case. Which we're not. I wouldn't be against that, but we're not. So anyway, so moving on to the Fright Rags stuff to wrap up this video. So first up, obviously, as they always do, they send a little sticker. This one from Stephen King's It. That's from the book cover, which is very cool. And obviously one of their trivia cards. And even though I have a couple of this one, I always love getting it. Obviously it's from Halloween 3, Stop It, Stop It, Stop It, Stop It. And a little trivia on the back, which says Tom Atkins contracted pneumonia while on set. Oh, poor guy. That's rough. Pneumonia's rough. Anyway, so I got this from Fright Rags. I pre-ordered this a long time ago, and they finally came in, and that is indeed Halloween figures, which I'll get to. I did get all, I think there's 3 of them. And obviously they're done in, like, the reaction type of figure line. You know, they've also done a couple of these with, like, Joe Bob Briggs, you know, a couple of figures based on him. But I'm pulling these out for the first time. So obviously here's Linda right here. This is very cool. Look at the back. Look at all that. That's like, you know, God, I wish like some of like the Star Wars figures had this much info on the back. Get your free mail away comic book. Neutron Man. Oh, look at this. Here, let's see if we can get that in the... Get your free mail away comic book. And it's the comic books that Tommy is reading in the movie. That's a very, very nice extra there. I love that. So a little closer look at the cover, obviously with the title. Nice image of her. And then of the figure itself with her handbag. Obviously the figure's a little simplistic, but that's okay. They're supposed to match 5-point figures back from that time. It's on a really nice sturdy cardboard too, which is good. So there's Linda, and which I had forgotten. Luckily, I did actually order doubles of each one. The collector in me. All right, next up is Laurie Strode. So let's get a nice close look at this one. You can see right there. Oh, I love that. Oh, look at all that. It even comes with a little jack-o'-lantern. God, I forgot it came with that. And once again, all that stuff on the back. Little character bio, descriptions of the figure. And again, the comic book mail away. But yeah, just, God, as you can see all that. And there's the other side. You can see there, and then just the details on the figure, which you can see it comes with the knife, the hanger, the jack-o'-lantern, obviously her. These are really, really nice. It's actually a lot nicer than I just got them just because I thought they were cool. But actually, these things are so much nicer than I even thought they were going to be. And then finally, the last one in the series, hopefully they do more, is, of course, Michael Myers. You can see there's packaging in the front. I'll get close-ups in just a second. And there is the back, which again, with a bio, little info on different aspects of the figure, as well as the other two figures, and of course, the comic book mail away right there. And the front with that really nice image of Michael. And of course the details on the figure. Again, you know, simple 5-point figure. Comes with a knife. It comes obviously with the Judith Myers tombstone as well. So very, very cool. Again, I did get 2 of each, which actually I had forgotten. I know they ran into production delays, so because I ordered this like, I don't think it was a year ago. I can't remember when exactly. It's been a long time, but you know what? I'm okay with waiting. You know, obviously Fright Rags, very trustworthy, so I'm happy that these did finally come in. Looking forward to actually setting these up because I've been wanting to set up a good overall like Halloween display. It's kind of one thing I feel like I'm lacking in some of my like horror shelves. Gotta make sure I say that right. Very, very cool. So excited for these. Hey everyone, so I'm actually adding on just a little bit more to this video because I was actually so late in getting this video out because some of the other news ones sort of took precedence. I'd actually already pre-recorded the rest of this, the previous stuff from this video. Had a couple things, and because I was already late on this other one, I decided to just, you know what, I'm just going to record this because it's only a couple things and just tack it on at the end. And some of you have actually said that when it comes to the pickups videos, you actually prefer them being a little bit longer. So you're definitely getting that with this one. So I've gotten a couple more things within the last like week plus since I recorded the last one. Yes, that's how late that one is. I actually went to Target, and so my Target, I got some NECA figures, and when it comes to NECA figures, so my Target forever has barely been getting some of them in. Like on occasion, like I'll find something, but most of the time they don't really have much. Well, I don't know if they were just cleaning out, you know, the back room or what, but all of a sudden I went in there today and they had just a ton. So first up is the They Live figure, obviously the one of Roddy Piper, and I do already have one. I actually got one when this figure first came out. It's actually really in really great shape. I actually got it directly from NECA. So this one actually, I think, because that one I want to display in box along with the Frank, the Keith David figure that was the Scream Factory exclusive. But I actually did want one that will go on my John Carpenter shelf eventually once that is set up. And I wanted one that I could open. So, you know, when I saw it there today, I was like, oh, great, I can finally grab one. I mean, I've shown this off, but that was a while ago. So just real quick, just some close-ups. Obviously, you can see it just looks so good. I mean, the face sculpt is great. It does have, this is actually, you know, it does have actual clothing on him. And just, there's the back with some pose options. So I'm happy to actually have one that I can actually display on my shelf. And if that wasn't enough John Carpenter one, I also finally got the other McCready one from The Thing. I do have the first release, which I actually had on my older John Carpenter shelf. But when this one got announced, obviously I wanted it because not only does it come with the flamethrower and everything, but it comes with one thing that honestly was probably the biggest selling point, because in some ways it's almost the same figure as the other one, with the exception of the flamethrower and stuff. But it does come with, which I'll showcase here. So there's the figure. Obviously, again, it looks great. I think the basic figure is pretty much the same as the previous one. Obviously, it has the flamethrower, some hand options, but I don't know if you can see that, but it actually comes with the blood testing elements. So it comes with like a petri dish, the wire that he heats up, as well as a thing that you can attach with the blood spurt coming up. I know it's a little dark. I don't know if you can see that right there, but That's actually the selling point. That is actually what sold me on getting this one. So I definitely, which, you know, it sounds kind of stupid, but even like with the Ash, the Evil Dead Ash one that I got not too long ago, where it's just like, man, that's really cool. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. And then I saw that actually come with the tape recorder or the real recorder, you know, from the movie. And I was like, oh, that's actually pretty sweet. So it's funny, like the thing that really kind of puts me over for some of this stuff. And then finally, speaking of Carpenter, at least more in a producing sense, they did actually have the 2-pack, the Halloween 2-pack, which I wanted to get for a long time, which obviously comes with Halloween 2 Michael Myers as well as Dr. Loomis, Donald Pleasance. And obviously one of the cool things about this one is just the fact that you can attach all the flames to Michael Myers as if he's on fire, which I thought was actually kind of a cool thing. So just real quick, there are the 2 figures right there. The flames are behind him, as you can see, which you can pull out, and then you can literally attach it to him. And again, just some great looking, you know, facial sculpts there and everything. And I love the skull jack-o'-lantern. There's the back real quick. Absolutely happy to finally get this. You know, some of this stuff, it's like, you know, I sort of have in my head, like, I'm going to order it at some point, and then I never do, you know, it's like, and then I miss out on it. So at this point, I think the main one I'm missing that I really, really want is obviously the American Werewolf in London one, specifically the Kessler Wolf. I really want to get that one. So I don't know if I'm going to find that in store. That may be one I need to just go ahead and order at some point. And then finally, I actually got in a new game. As some of you know, I don't game as much as I used to, but this one I had to get for obvious reasons, and that is indeed Evil Dead, the game, and I did get the PS5 version. And there's the back, some screenshots and stuff, and just the disc real quick. Obviously, I had to get this, and I was actually going to hold off on it. I even debated, like, do I get the digital version? Do I get the disc? Because for some games, I got to admit, it kind of depends. Like, I sort of go back and forth between having an actual disc versus just having the digital version. But honestly, because it's Evil Dead and stuff, like, I really wanted, like, an actual physical version of it. So, yeah, looking forward to playing this. Looks like it's a lot of fun. I believe it's from the same people who did the Friday the 13th game, I think. So if you guys know, definitely let me know. And then finally, 2 movies I did get in the new 4K release of for a few dollars more. And there's the front of the slipcover, and there's the back. And I think the inside is actually just, yeah, it's the same thing. But just there's Blu-ray and the 4K disc right there. So I do still need to get a Fistful of Dollars. It's the only one I don't have. I definitely wanted to get this, though. Like that one, I'll probably wait for a sale. This one I want to get right away because some of you know, this is not only my favorite of the Dollars trilogy, but it's actually also one of my favorite Westerns. The fact that this got a 4K release, I had to get it right away. And then finally, another film I love, and that is indeed the new 4K release of Brian De Palma's The Untouchables. And I did get the Steelbook version. So there's the front of the Steelbook, there's the side with the title, and there's the back with De Niro as Capone. There's a little bit more on the inside here, and just here's the inside of the Steelbook right there. Nice, I like that. Absolutely love this film. I'm a huge Brian De Palma fan, as I've mentioned before. He is definitely a huge influence on me in so many ways. So I'm so happy that this finally got a 4K release, because the Blu-ray was like okay, but it was really dated. So I'm really glad that it has a brand new restoration. I watched this last night and I thought it looked really great, and it has an Atmos mix on it, which did sound good. Now, unfortunately, as is the trend, especially with some Paramount stuff, there is no track that has the original theatrical mix, which again, should be on there. I often say, like, that should be sort of a given for some of this stuff. So that is finally, that's it for this pickups video, both of them. So I definitely want to add this stuff in and stuff. So hopefully this video isn't too long. Let me know if you picked up anything recently. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.